Andy, Bitcoin or Litecoin?
Bitcoin. I mean, it has a higher trading value. So, like, yeah, why not?
Of course, Bitcoin, right?
Yes, of course.
Roll up, it's the I-Ownable Tech Podcast. Yes, we are back again. And as the weekend starts, know that we aren't here to play. Francois is my name, and for today, I'll be your bus driver. Drifting through the streets endowed in Litoshis and Satoshis. Fasten your seatbelt, not because of our speed, but according to history, safety is our greatest concern. Let's begin by driving through the Amazon, where we find a Lion King, the formerly and firmly flip-twisted talents of the hidden gem dice. Oh yes, look beyond the sea. It's a gift for Africa, so please find your way back to the Nile River because he has the keys to the kingdom. Let's hit the road as he joins the bus and conducts our adventurous journey to the crypto world. Andy Koshi, come aboard.
Thank you very much.
We have a guest today, and we the Nibs are delighted to be joined by him. Allow me proclaim his name because he's a god in the blockchain game. In the crypto world, he has all the fame. Don't make a mistake again because as they say, no pain, no gain. So listen to the best certified blockchain analyst while he passionately promulgates prime pretentious paper money policies piloted by politicians' propaganda. Breathe. He would help us fathom confusing crypto and blockchain rules. Yes, his name is Wisdom Doddu and is here to teach you, to guide you on how not to lose, especially with regards to money issues. Hello, Wisdom. It's an honor to have you in our studio. What else can be this good?
Hi, thanks for having me. Finally, I'm here.
Same me, same you. Listening on YouTube or iTunes, we are here to present great news to you. And thank you for joining us once again to see us through. Yeah, we're going as usual. Of course. Yeah. So we are starting right off the bat. Wisdom, you're welcome once again.
Thanks.
Kindly tell us what cryptocurrency is.
Cryptocurrency. I think it's one of those names that everybody gets to hear these days.
Okay.
Because there's so much interest around cryptocurrencies currently.
Mm-hmm.
The term itself, cryptocurrency, is a combination of two words. So crypto and then currency. So to simply put, cryptocurrency is digital, is decentralized currency that rely upon cryptographic principles for generating, distributing, and transferring.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I think we'll get to understand better as we continue.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Today we are going to play with a little bit of jargons.
Right. Okay. So, can you tell us a bit about your discovery on cryptocurrency?
Yes. So I think this story, I'm so much passionate about it. I like to say it's at every event that I attend and then every stage that I get a chance to speak at.
Okay.
Fortunately enough, today I'm going to be talking about it again. And it's so exciting. So, in late 2014, I had this friend in Germany. Okay. And then I was doing some digital marketing works for him. Now, we did a couple of works for him with social media ads, and then we ran a couple of Facebook ads and a whole lot of other digital marketing channels for him. And then he was like, how can we send you money? So I was like, okay, maybe you should send it through the bank. And he was like, well, if I'm going to be sending it from Germany to Ghana, it's going to cost us X amounts of money just for transaction fees. Mm-hmm. So I asked him, what's the plan? Yeah. He was like, maybe let me send it via Bitcoin. And I asked him, what the heck is Bitcoin? So he started to explain the whole Bitcoin concept to me. Mm-hmm. And then I did a little bit of research about it.
Okay.
I got intrigued. I was excited. I was like, okay, if you could send money from Germany to me, peer to peer, without any intermediary, mm-hmm. and then nobody to look over my shoulders and say, hey, and it could get to me in split seconds. So why not? Let's roll. So he asked me to create a Bitcoin wallet, okay, which is the wallet that stores Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And then I created my very first wallet in early 2015. It was a Zappo account.
Okay.
Currently, I don't use it any longer because there are more and more wallets that are friendly.
Yeah.
So I created this wallet and then he sent me my very first Bitcoin. Now, I was so much excited about the whole thing, but then the problem was I really did not know how to spend it because it was just a new technology to me.
That's true.
Most of my friends around me were not into it. So I was like, how do I get my money? Because that is what I really wanted. How much was
a Bitcoin worth then?
Well, I think it was around $300.
Okay.
Yes, around $300 plus or minus.
Yeah.
So he sent it to me and then I started to look at ways of cashing it out. Then for some few weeks, I was not able to get it. So I wrote back to him via Skype and I was like, hey, the Bitcoin you sent to me, I'm not able to exchange it. So maybe I should send it back to you. And then you send me cash or maybe transfer via Western Union or the rest. And that is my biggest regret till date. Because I sent back his Bitcoin and then the next few days he sent me money transfer. I took it, I got all excited and that was the end. You know, fast forward, I actually went on Facebook and then I wrote, who sells and buys Bitcoin?
Mm-hmm.
And then I started to see people who were interested in buying Bitcoin. So I was like, looks like more and more people are excited about this.
Mm-hmm.
So let me read more. Let me educate myself more about Bitcoin. And that is how I got excited till date.
That's an interesting story. And sorry about your loss. There is another jargon we've been hearing so much in the crypto world, blockchain. What has blockchain got to do with cryptocurrencies?
Right. So blockchain, you know, blockchain, we can also say two words, block and then chain.
Mm-hmm.
So a block in a blockchain is a collection of data.
Okay.
Right. So this data is then added to a block in the blockchain. And then what happens is it connects it with other blocks in an order, creating a chain of blocks that gets to link together.
Wow.
So the first block in the blockchain is called a Genesis block. Now, let's call blockchain superior ledger. Okay, so we all know how we use ledgers for our normal computation and all of that cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Blockchain does even much more better work than our normal Excel and then the rest.
Mm-hmm.
So basically that is blockchain. Now, blockchain is very important and it's key because it's something that the banks even could use. Now, I don't know if you've gone to any bank to withdraw some cash and then people who are doing deposits are able to go through one queue.
Mm-hmm.
And then people who are supposed to withdraw are sitting down comfortably waiting for the cashier to call them.
Yeah.
You'd ask yourself, what is going on? And then they tell you it's a server problem. When it's a server problem, what comes to mind? Probably the banks or the cashier is not able to get the data of people who have X amount of money.
Yeah.
Because they are not able to access the database as at that time. Now, the blockchain makes it so powerful that you will not be restricted to just a particular database.
Okay.
But then it's global. It's millions of computers networked.
Wow.
So there is not going to be a single day where we would say maybe the server is down.
Mm-hmm.
Because as all these powerful computers around the world are being powered, the block keeps moving, it keeps working. And that is how come you can always access and verify your Bitcoin on the blockchain.
It's like the internet, that kind of connection.
Absolutely.
Complex web.
Yes.
So it means blockchain is essential because it's keeping track of transactions. Cryptocurrency transactions, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But then we can pretty much use blockchain for other transactions as well.
Okay.
Land registry, voting, and then a whole lot of other stuff.
Right. So this technology is used in cryptocurrencies, the blockchain technology.
It's the underlying technology for cryptocurrencies.
Okay. Yes. For the ledgers, right? Yeah. So every computer has a duplicate of the global ledger.
Yes.
Stored on like locally.
Yeah. So basically what happens is once you have a wallet and then you are able to send money peer to peer from your wallet to another wallet, what happens is immediately you send that transaction, it has to hit that block on the blockchain. So the block is now being added to the blockchain. And then other people around the world would be able to verify. Now, these verifications are being done by computational power. So you don't have to sit by the computer and say you want to verify. But then it's automated. So it gets to verify, and then that is how the ledger works, and then keeps working fine for a very long time.
Okay, so let's say one PC is disconnected from the whole global network, and you change the information in the ledger locally on that PC. Can that cause any like fraud or any mishap in the system?
Right. So I think Bitcoin is interesting in the sense that there are a whole lot of other factors that makes it amazing. Let's talk about just one of these factors where you cannot reverse a transaction. So you see, you are sending transaction from point A to point B. Now, in order for this consensus to happen, people on the block would have to verify, because maybe we'll be going a little bit deeper. But then here's the thing. So for you to be able to do a transaction, you are going to be having a private key and then a public key. Now, this private key is supposed to be kept by you and you only. You don't have to give that out to people. Now, the public key is where other people would be able to access and know how much, okay, is on that particular wallet. So when you do a transaction from point A to point B, it has to be verified by these computers around the world. So if one computer is being disconnected, there are going to be other computers that will be able to verify on the block. Wow. So it is very difficult for you to say you want to alter a particular transaction once it hits the block.
Yeah. I think we are using Bitcoin a lot, but then it's cryptocurrencies in general.
Yes, the general name is cryptocurrencies. But then
Bitcoin is
king.
The first and common.
Yes.
Like key soap and Pepsodent and Omo.
Absolutely.
Okay, it makes sense. So what other cryptocurrencies are there that are doing good?
Yes, so we have Ethereum.
Okay.
We have Litecoin. We have Neo. We have Dash. We have Monero.
Wow.
In fact, we have over 2,000 cryptocurrencies and counting.
2,000?
Yes, 2,000 cryptocurrencies and counting.
What's the current value of Bitcoin?
Well, as of today's price, it's $8,199.47, which I think translates to over 44,000 Ghana cedis.
That's a lot.
A lot of moolah.
Yeah.
That's for those who want to know how much it is in Ghana cedis. That's 44,828 Ghana cedis and 78 pesos.
To be precise, as of today.
Yes, as of today.
Yeah. And when it started, what was the value of it?
Yeah. So when Bitcoin started in the year 29, it was just fractions. So fractions. So we had people who even exchanged Bitcoin for pizza. Currently, there is a World Pizza Day, World Bitcoin Pizza Day.
Okay.
All right. Where a particular guy used 10,000 Bitcoins to buy pizza.
What? They should be mourning it. Why are they celebrating it?
So, when the technology started, more and more people were not abreast with it. He had a lot of it because he was a miner.
Okay.
All right. So, when we talk about a miner, they are the computers that add up to the network, to the block. So, Bitcoin rewards miners, okay, for supporting the growth of the technology, which is blockchain. This guy was mining Bitcoin with his computer, and then since the technology was not so much, by then you could use a central processing unit to mine. But then as more and more people jumped on the network, the difficulty increased, and then now you can't use CPUs, you could use GPU, and then there are specialized computers like ASIC, and then the rest to mine. So he had a lot of it. He wanted to exchange it to have a feel of how this whole thing is. He ordered pizza, pay 10,000 Bitcoins. Now, we've seen Bitcoin hit $20,000 in 2017. We've seen Bitcoin decline to $3,000 in 2019. So you'd ask yourself, why is it going up and it's coming down? It's simple. Demand and supply.
Okay.
So in economics in school, we learned a little bit about demand and supply, which means that if there is more demand for a particular product and then there's less supply, then it means the value should significantly go up.
Right.
If there is more supply of that product and then there is less demand for it, then it means it declines. Okay. So Bitcoin is a fixed supply asset. 21 million Bitcoins are ever going to be produced. As we speak today, the 18th million Bitcoin has been mined, which means we have 3 million Bitcoins remaining. Now let's do the maths. 7.2 billion people across the globe. If this technology should catch fire, if everyone should be educated about Bitcoin, just look at how much that is going to translate into USD. Huge amounts of Bitcoin.
Wow. Now we get the reason for the bullish and bearish markets.
There is an old adage that says, buy low, sell high. So you buy low and then you sell high.
Yeah.
So everybody is in business to make profits. If Bitcoin is at $3,000 and then you are able to buy one of it and it goes up to $8,000 that it's currently at market price, you are already in profits.
Okay.
So every reasonable business person would be excited.
Yeah.
That is when you buy. I can't say there is a good time to buy Bitcoin because more and more people are learning about the technology. And then it being a fixed supply asset, more and more people are going to love it over the time.
Okay.
So I like to use this scenario of East Legon. A lot of people want to reside in East Legon, but then, it's super expensive to live there because a small piece of land in East Legon can cost you over $100,000.
That's true.
Now, why is it so? Land over there is scarce. So the little land that you are able to get there, the price could go up. So same principle applies to Bitcoin. 21 million. 18 million is in circulation. 3 million to be mined. Scarcity.
So at this point, assuming I want to invest, okay, I want to buy some Satoshis, right? So Satoshis are the fractions of Bitcoin.
Yes, the small units of Bitcoin.
Okay, so assuming I want to buy some Satoshis. Currently, as we are speaking, it's 44,000 Ghana cedis. So it means I have to keep watching the market and see if it declines before I make the investment. Or do you think you're right? What are your predictions?
Yes, well, for the purpose of this podcast, we want to say this is not a financial advice for disclaimer purposes.
True.
But then, we could always rely on news.
Okay.
When trading cryptocurrencies. So, there's always a good time to buy Bitcoin. Yeah. There's always a good time to buy Bitcoin. Why do I say so? Because whilst more and more people are learning about this technology, they get excited about it.
Yeah.
They want to have a piece of it. And that is how come there's going to be huge demand for it. Now, let us not forget that not every one of us would be able to own one single Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Okay, so you having a fraction is amazing.
Yeah.
Because if this technology should catch up for the next decade, because Bitcoin has already done 10 years already, just imagine where that fraction of Bitcoin will take you to.
That's true.
So it's always a good time to buy Bitcoin anytime, anywhere.
Okay.
Yes, so I think one thing I'd want to say is, with every underlying technology, you have to do a little bit of education. Now, this whole blockchain, Bitcoin, and all these jargons are things we are not used to.
Yeah.
But then a few years back, we didn't know about Uber. We didn't know about Airbnb. We didn't know about all these tech companies that are making huge successes for themselves.
Yeah.
But then it took a little bit of time, and then it took dedication for people who wanted to learn about it.
Right.
And today they are enjoying it.
Yes.
So all I can say is, you want to profit from Bitcoin, read about it, educate yourself about it, attend seminars, events that are being organized to explain how the technology works.
True.
And then you'd be fine. Let's not forget that a few years back, emails were dominating. Sorry, post mail, which some people like to call snail mail, were dominating. And then people who operated post office were so passionate, and then they were so excited. They felt there was not going to be any technology to replace it.
True.
Fast forward, how many people post mail? How many people go to the post office to post letters? Very few. Why? Because email has taken over.
True.
These days, you don't even have to be on your computer. From your smartphone, you could send email to Andy, and then he could get it right away. Okay. So this technology is catching up with us. All we can do is get ourselves involved with it and enjoy the wave.
Wow. So we could also look into other cryptocurrencies as well, right? Like the ones you mentioned earlier, like Litecoin, Ethereum,
Monero, Dash, and the rest. Okay. Yes, it's always a good thing because, Bitcoin is $8,199 as of today's market price.
Okay.
44,000 Ghana cedis. Not everybody has the money to spend on Bitcoin. That's a fortune. But then there are other cryptocurrencies which are way, way, way less than $1.
Upcoming.
What you need to do is to first off learn about this technology or this new cryptocurrencies that are emerging. Look at the problem they are wanting to solve. Just like Bitcoin wanting to solve financial problems where you could do transfer from peer to peer. Look at some of these cryptocurrencies and the problems they are wanting to solve. Look at the people behind these projects, the developers, people who are building applications, and look at the work input they are putting towards making these projects perfect. And then just invest something small. Don't invest all your life savings. Who knows? If the internet is not here for the next 50 years, then it means it's going to die off. But as long as the internet is available, it means this concept, these projects are going to thrive and more millionaires are going to be created. Yes. I know Andy has a bag of cryptocurrencies. He just does not want to talk about it.
Andy, I'll see you after the podcast.
Sure.
I listened to Dr. Papa Kwesi Indum, which is the CEO for GN Bank. And then his son, Chifi Indum, he's a big believer of Bitcoin.
Wow.
I think at one point he advised the Ghanaian government to invest 1% of reserve into Bitcoin. Now, he so much believes this technology that he feels that if the government would be able to invest 1% and then leave it for some time to study the technology, what is going to be happening is when Bitcoin goes bullish, there's going to be so much money that is going to be made that we wouldn't need aids from foreign partners. This same money could be used to invest in the education of young and upcoming computer tech genius.
Right.
Developers and then IT specialized people.
True.
So we are all looking forward to the government to put in measures to also create room and environment for some of these things so that young and upcoming entrepreneurs will be able to learn more, do more, explore more, and probably create more viable businesses in the country that is going to be supporting the economy.
That's true. If you are listening, government, please invest the 1%.
we hope they'll listen.
Yes. The government, please listen to the Ionables Tech Podcast. It's been nice having you, Mr. Wisdom Doddu, on this show. You've been able to help us understand this cutting edge technology, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, blockchain, and all of that. We hope to have more of these sessions so that you can enlighten us more.
Yes, so I'm grateful for being on the podcast.
Anyway, so currency is not worth the paper it is printed on, dear listeners. So let's join the revolution. You can also show us some love by sending us some satoshis. I'll drop our Bitcoin address in the description below. Thank you. Now, if you want to buy some Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, okay, the fastest and secure way to do it in Ghana is through coincontact.net. For more information, check www.coincontact.net. Something that Doddu fully approves of. So please do that. You can check it. I'll leave the link in the description too. So this is where we wrap up. And make sure you follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ionables, because we forward all the real fun there. And also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, ionables, if you haven't. While you wait for our next episode, we wish you a beautiful weekend.